What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Adrian here from Major Mateo Drones, coming up once again on another Wednesday live stream. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys have a good, an excellent day. My day has been great, just working hard as usual. So let's go ahead and talk about whatever you want to talk about, and also let's talk about new drones and tech. And first of all, I do want to go ahead and say what is up to Emad Dar. How you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping into the stream. I really appreciate you, Mr. Drones A63. How you doing, buddy? And to answer your question, Mr. Emad Dar, again, is a free for all Wednesday where we pretty much talk about whatever you want to talk about. And also, we're going to talk about new drones. And unfortunately, the new hot topic is the freaking Mavic DJI. I'm sorry, the DJI Mavic Mini. That's the basically the what people have been going crazy about. So, what's going on, Danny, aka the View Chaser? How you doing, Chief? I'm Mr. Ken T. Bradley. Hey, man. Thank you for popping into the stream. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Mr. Brent Nutley, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping into the stream. I really appreciate you, sir. And let me go ahead and bring in a few people. Like we have Mr. Mike from GFO Jordan Tech. How you doing, man?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I do want to congratulate you, man, for hitting that 100-mile marker on your
Man,
stream.
we broke that. We busted that wide open. We're up to like 117 now.
Okay, well, that's great. And you're gonna be doing that giveaway when?
Saturday, live.
Okay, good.
Halloween special.
All right, I'll be here, man. I'll be here. If you want me to come on in,
most definitely, bro.
I do want to go ahead and say what's up to Mr. Arizona Drone Dude, AZ Drone Dude. How you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping in. We also have somebody in the background. I'm about to bring him in, but he got to get his shit together first. So I'm going to give him a few more minutes. Mr. Jody, Drone Shots, how you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping into the stream. I really appreciate you, man. Hey, Drone Shots, do me a favor, man. Send me a friend request on Facebook. Also through the Adrian Mateo Drones. I would like to have you in here so you can actually be in the panel. I want to talk to you, man, regarding your beautiful and amazing live stream you'll be doing with your DJI Mavic Air 2. I need to know how you do that, man. So please come on in if you want to. Bob Casey, how you doing, man? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you, brother.
Tim Jackson said he's here.
Tim Jackson, how you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping in, sir. Really appreciate you. Who else do we have here? Mr. Michael McReynolds. Hey, brother. Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate you, brother. Hey, Michael McReynolds, I did want to hit and send you a link on Facebook if you want to go and come on in. And how you doing, brother? Rick Halber, I hope you're doing great today, man. Hope you're doing better, brother. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you, Chief. And I believe the guy that we have in the background, he's ready. So give me the thumbs up if you're ready. Yeah, he is. And we have Mr. Ed, a.k.a. Love My Drones. How you doing, man?
All right, man. Also, the a.k.a. the Flying Lunatic.
A.k.a. the Flying Lunatic, a.k.a. I really hate your eye. I really hate your ugly hat. I think your hat is ugly, by the way. Just saying.
What's wrong with my hat?
It's ugly, man. I hate it.
It doesn't have a flat bill like a platypus. You got the platypus hat.
No. See, I hate how you bend the freaking thing. I hate that. I think that's hideous. I like my thing flat. Flat. How you doing, Roger? Sure. Canadian Drone Hub. How you doing, Chief?
Had to recurve mine a little bit for you, Adrian.
Huh?
So do you iron your hat, Adrian?
No, I just keep it neat. Listen, after I wear it, this is what I do. I do this right here, and I put it up, and I leave it alone. That's it.
No, it makes you look like Dudley Do-Right. Didn't you ever watch Dudley Do-Right?
Yes, I did.
He has the same flat brim all around his head.
And how you doing, Mr. Philip, Coach Hat? How you doing, man? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming in, and everybody in the chat. Let me see if I'm missing anybody. Did I miss anybody, guys? I think I have everybody.
Yeah, I think you did a good job of that.
All right, so far so good. Okay, so I thank you, Bob Casey. Please, if you don't mind, make sure you hit that thumbs up for the stream for me. I really appreciate you guys. Not that I really give a damn if you don't, but I really appreciate that if you do. Rocket White, how you doing, Chief? Thank you for coming in, man. I really appreciate you, brother. And give me 1 second while I check a message that I actually got. Went to bed, brother. I wake on bed for me in bedtime. All right. Okay. All right. No problem. No need to say what the heck that message is about. Okay. All right. So first of all, Adrian, what it looks like, it won't be getting my chores done anything tonight. What? It's your fault. Yeah. You see, I'm always getting blamed for somebody else BS. Look what Rocky White is blaming me with. He said that he won't be able to get his chores done because I'm live. Yeah. Whatever, buddy. How about you just hop on in and tell her wife to go ahead and do it? No, don't do that. I don't want you to get your ass whooped. Never mind. Hey, damn, I haven't heard from Dano in a while. Man. How you doing, Dano? AK, I'll be joining. How you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you. When's the last
Not
time you
Steve, that's Dano, you knucklehead.
I just said Dano. I didn't say Steve.
Oh, I thought you said Steve. I'm sorry.
When's the last time you hooked up with him and you guys were on live or talking, Ed?
What?
When is the last time you hooked up with Dano and had him on a stream or talked to him on the phone?
I don't remember. My
Okay.
memory isn't what it used to be.
You know what? Never mind then. Thank you, Dano. I'll be joining. I really appreciate you popping in, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And we have quite a few people already here in the chat. We have 14 people watching. That's pretty good so far. And Mr. McRae, yeah, you bend your hat like Ed, huh? And also Mike. I think it's ugly. I'm just saying.
The last time I had a flat brimmed hat, Adrian,
yeah,
was when I was in the military, my instructor's hat.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to explain. The reason you curve the bill is so if the sun is coming from an angle, it still shields your eye.
You know, did you really have to put that there, Ed?
What?
Roll Tide, did you really have to do that?
Well, they gonna have them some gator tail this year, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, I hope it goes the other way.
Well, of course you hope, you know. It's just like I wish the Jaguars could win a game, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Hey, Mike, do me a favor, man. Since you have some great internet, pull any information, any new information on the remote ID that's supposed to be coming soon. Tell me what you find, and if you could guys still go ahead and share the you know what I mean, share the whatever it is you're watching.
Yep, I will.
Read on it a little bit. How you doing,
just so you know, Adrian, Dano has worse internet reception than you do, although you're coming across very well right tonight.
Oh, it is. So I'm looking a lot better tonight?
Yeah.
It's well, not
looking better is a relative term, but yeah.
God damn. I'll see you later, Dano. Thank you for popping in, brother.
You set yourself up for that, Adrian. I couldn't help myself.
Yes, I do. Hey, Mike, look what Drunk 863 said. You look like Dave from Storage Wars. Have you ever watched that show? I love that show, man. Storage Wars?
Yeah, I have watched that show. That's funny. That's a first. That's a new one. Haven't heard that one yet.
How you doing, Ronald Lockwood? Hey, man, thank you for popping in. Really appreciate you, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and send you the link if you want to go ahead and come on in, man. Jerome Poole, how you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate you, brother. So, Ed, have you been able to fly because here in my neck of the woods, the rain have not really allowed me to fly. Pretty much not at all. Like, I haven't been able to, do anything. Have you been able to fly?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know, man. I guess it's different with FPV birds because they can handle a little bit of wind.
well, I'm not just really talking about the wind. I'm talking about water, rain.
Oh no, the rain's been good for the last 3 days. And we were getting the coastal showers and stuff,
Yeah,
but they'd be quick, they'd be brief, and everything would dry up. And then most of the rain, see, you're in the middle of the state, so there's a lot of times when you get rain, it kind of bulls up when it gets over your neck of the woods, so to speak.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Adrian, give me 1 second. I don't know if y'all can hear it. I got to turn my work radio off. It's on in the background.
That's fine, man. No problem. So basically, in your area, it's been nice, beautiful, pretty much.
Since about Saturday, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, no, I pay attention to that stuff. I pull up the radar all the time so I see where you're at and where Mitch is at, old guy in a drone.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh man, they got great weather. And my weather stinks. But then later on, further south where you're at and Mitch is at, it was a lot of rain and not beautiful weather.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. And to answer Bob Casey, yeah, man. Hey, Bob Casey, are you also in Florida? I don't know if Bob Casey in Florida or not. But anyway, here in Central Florida, where I'm at, yeah, man, the rain has been horrible in this area, man. I mean, damn, it just won't freaking stop. I'm just waiting for some good weather to come in this way. And how you doing, Mr. Astro Diver One? Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you. When is it scheduled for? Yeah, it's scheduled for 2021. Have you been able to find anything, Mike, about the remote ID?
Yeah. And the View Chaser, yeah, the Maverick's flying perfect, man. I got the parabolics and the Yagis, and that seems to have helped my video transfer there.
And hey, Emad Dar, I actually just came from Iowa about a week ago, and that was on a Sunday. And when I was actually heading back, it was about, I would say, in the 45 degrees, something of that nature. But as soon as I got to Illinois and Iowa, it started snowing a little bit. So, I mean, I guess you're getting some good weather. I mean, I wish it would actually snow in Florida. Not really, because a lot of Floridians don't know how to drive. It would be a freaking massacre in Florida. The way these people do, am I right, Ed? The way people drive in Florida, they're horrible.
Man, ain't nobody know how to drive in Florida with first 3 drops of snow.
Like I said, if people would be everywhere. All right, Mike, let me go ahead and bring it up. Just give me 1 second, sir. Right up the road from you, Adrian.
I just realized, Dan, that this shirt was the one I sent you a picture of where I had blood all over this sleeve. Came out good, man.
Where are you at, Astro Diver? And hold on. Hey, Stingray, Aero Solutions, how you doing, Chief? Didn't even see you there, man. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you, brother. Let me go ahead and hi, Mike. Go ahead.
All right, so from what I'm finding out, FAA is targeting 21 for remote ID. They've been having a lot of conferences and meetings about it in the past couple of weeks, from what I've seen on the FFH, like different channels and stuff like that. They're talking to a lot of other people about it. They're using Airbus, Air Maps, Amazon, Intel, SkyOne, Skyward, T-Mobile, Wing. That's who they're all kind of talking with to discuss this. They haven't really given us that's how it's supposed, that graph right there is how it's supposed to work. So I'm not really seeing they're talking about the how often it's going to update, how often it's going to send out your stuff is about 1 transmission per minute.
Okay.
They're talking about whether the ground controller's location should be included with remote ID. So basically, where you're standing, that may be included in the whole remote ID thing.
So basically, they're kind of saying like with remote ID,
they may be broadcasting where we're actually flying from.
So basically, it's gonna like what it's gonna let people know our name, who we are, and basically the exact location.
It'll be the location of your drone and the location of where you are flying it from.
Okay.
Which I kind of don't like.
And Rodney Summers, we're actually talking about pretty much drones. You know what I mean? Anything that have to do with the FAA, that type of information, man. That's all we're talking about.
Let's see.
So basically, I say winning in 2021 is like the beginning of the year.
They haven't really said when they're going to be doing it in 2021, but they're scheduling 2021 to try to have it implemented by, depending on how these talks go.
Look, I mean, here's my whole thought on this. I mean, I don't really care about them requiring remote IDs on drones that can fly like miles out to where you can't see them anymore. But for me in the FPV world, nah, it ain't happening.
Yeah, I can agree with you.
I'm gonna be a pirate flyer myself.
You know what? I have to agree with Imad Dar. Basically, if it does show that location, can you imagine all the crazy people that would just come over here just harassing the shit out of us?
Yeah, that's what kind of worries me.
Wow, that's crazy. Drones are eagles. That's interesting.
And let's see here. How you doing, Drones Eagle? Drones Eagle, thank you for coming in, and I really appreciate you. Well, in Pennsylvania, because of that shooting that happened, man, there's a lot of places that being, you know what I mean, pretty much destroyed by a whole
What
bunch
is this cop supposed to do? Some guy comes running at you with waving a knife. What are you supposed to do?
Apparently, you're supposed to hug them.
I know. If I was a cop, I'd shoot their butt too. Come on.
I mean, I've been
put a knife down. Just keep on coming. Well, what do you think I'm going to do?
I mean, I've been law enforcement before, and a lot of people don't understand. You get split seconds to make decisions that people get the rest of their life to pick apart.
No, I look. I don't freaking get it at all. It freaks me out.
Well, how you doing, Dre?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
What's up, Mr. Dre?
Shoot him in the leg. Legs are hard to catch. Center body, man. That's what they teach you.
I mean, and to be honest with you, it's just that, you know, when it comes to that, I mean, I guess it's kind of a touchy subject. But I do pretty much understand where you're coming from. I mean, if you're being ordered to put the freaking knife down, just put the shit down.
I would not, especially in today's environment or the last couple of years. I'm surprised there's any cops willing to do the job myself.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Unfortunately.
And again, pretty much to answer you, Drones Eagle, like Mike GFO Drones said, when it comes to being a cop, you literally have split-second decisions to do what you have to do. At the end of the day, man, you know what I mean? Cops are pretty much taught, you know what I mean, and trained to, hey, unfortunately, man, things happen. You know what I mean? I hate talking about this because some people just get so fucking touchy with the whole goddamn subject. You know,
We can.
just because you give your opinion, they look at you in some kind of different type of way, like I'm a
Let's just change the subject. Man.
exactly. You know what I mean? So anyway, I did want you to come on in, Dre, because you're the man when it comes to this topic. A lot of people have been bugging the crap out of me to talk about remote ID, and I know it's still new. It's not here yet, but you've been around for a while doing what you do. Like I told you the last time I think it was yesterday. Were you on yesterday?
Yeah, I was on the other day on Jim's show.
Right, yeah, that was yesterday. Okay. Anyway, so like I asked you that, how is that going to affect you? And you said that it is, but did you or did you not say that you kind of on board with it? Are you?
For what I do, remote ID is going to be very helpful for me being a commercial pilot because it's going to eliminate. I don't want to say it's going to shorten down the hobbyist activity that seems to be the problems we're facing now. And I don't say that to be down on hobbyists, but I've always been an advocate for that. Just like if we want our status to be more of a professional status, we need to have the same type of regulations and qualifications like a private pilot license. You have
Yeah.
guys who own their own planes, build their own planes, all that kind of stuff. Like we got guys who build their own FPVs and fly camera drones and so forth. But I think there needs to be some level of testing at each level. Testing for the hobbyist, testing for the commercial, and so forth. So I feel that would make it more professional, and also for us to like me who do this for money, it makes our value higher. We always talk about the real estate market is one of our worst enemies out there because they're trying to lowball us all the time. Especially the residential real estate. Commercial, they have money, they'll spend money to get the quality work. We have too many people out there who are flying drones illegally. Some did go out and get their 107s and they do it. But once again, like for me, it's not just getting the 107 is the big deal. I go out and try to apply for COAs all the time so I can be legally fly in places that most people can't fly because I had a COA in my back pocket. So there's a lot more to it. As I want to be more of a professional pilot, I get more training, training in mapping, training in surveying, all these different things. So that's my status. So when I go in and try to apply for a mission or sell my product to a company, I'm throwing all these things out there. Like I tell people all the time, my biggest sell point is my construction inspector experience and certifications. I don't sell a drone. I sell me. The drone is just like a hammer. It's just a tool I use to get the job done. I
Oh,
sell
very
my,
nice.
I sell
Good
my
word.
credentials. I sell my credentials as a certified inspector across the country. I have certain higher level here in the state of California. So that's why I sell them. That this is what I bring to the table. My drone just gives me a different perspective, a viewpoint of conducting those inspections. But I don't come in the door talking about, oh, I have a drone and I can do this. No, I say I'm an inspector and I also use a drone to do that. So it's
Yeah.
a difference in how you look at it. Some guys come out and think they got a drone and they can just, they're supposed to get them work because you have a drone. No, your credentials is what gets you to work. Either through your experience or your actual certifications, what gets you the job, especially in the construction industry. It's about your background and what you had to offer.
That
Adrian,
yes.
wrong RL, wrong lock was said he didn't see a link to join your stream.
I already sent it to you, Ronald. I just literally went ahead and did it. I thought I did it before, but I just sent it to you just now, man. Sorry about that. Question: how do you circumcise a hillbilly? Kick a sister in the jaw.
That's messed up, Grand 863.
Dang.
I'm not saying it's inaccurate.
You know what? I like that joke. Thank you, Drones 863.
That's pretty funny.
Shit.
That's pretty funny, Drones 863.
Hey, Mike, look at this. Mike.
Thank you. That's a new program I'm running, testing out tonight, actually.
No, that is pretty cool. I meant to say something about it earlier, but Adrian was running his mouth.
So you want to hear how I'm doing it real quick, Adrian?
Yes, go ahead.
So I'm running my camera into a program called OSB Virtual Camera. And then I can move myself around, drop different green screens behind me, like green screen videos. As you know, live stream won't let us do, or StreamYards won't let us do a video for our background.
Yeah.
And then once I get everything positioned, I go over to StreamYards. And so, I start the virtual camera in OSB, and then I go over to StreamYards and pick up the feed coming in from OSB and run it into StreamYards. A little complicated, but it works.
Okay. Now, Rocket White, how many does it take to change a light bulb? I would like to know this one. Go ahead, Rocket White. Give me an answer. The people certainly doesn't know that. I don't know. Who cares? Let her cook in the dark. Son of a bitch. That was funny. That was hilarious. So, question. Question for you, Dre.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have any new videos for us that you're working on?
I've been working on one for about 3-4 weeks, and I'm kind of scared to pull it off. And it's going to have the pop. I can't even say the word now. I think of the movie. One with Martin Sheen in the Vietnam movie. Ron probably know right off the top of his head, but it shows where they go into a hot LZ area to take over a area, and I'm doing a video. I want to do a video of 3 Phantoms taking off with that Vicry music in the background. I'm trying to catch it the right time of day around either sunset, they have the sun behind the drones and so forth. So when I get it all together, it might come out pretty good.
Okay, I got you. How you doing, Ron? Victor, Elvis, Matthew, and Ron. How you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing
What's up,
pretty
Ron?
good, man.
See, now Ron knows how to wear a hat.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like you guys hot anyway, so I don't. I'm tired of it, man. This is the way you wear a hat. There you go. There you go, Ron. Do it. Keep doing it, buddy. Keep going. Hold it for like 3 weeks. It won't just go back straight. All of a sudden, you gotta hold it for 3 weeks.
Hey, Adrian, you were talking about drone stuff. Trying to think who it was. Brian, did you see he lost his parrot?
Did it say anything before it left?
Yes, I did. That was on PDA drones. Brian, who lost it, right?
Yeah, he did an update. He got it out there. It started flying a little erratically. Then it said he went from 80% battery to battery error, and it landed straight into the water.
Ouch.
He lost it.
Yeah. Now, one thing I did notice, and I mentioned it to him, but I don't think anyone else noticed this. His Wi-Fi signal dropped out right before all that started happening. So I'm wondering if that had anything to do with the error that occurred.
And I'm wondering if the company that makes that drone is going to give him another one, since it was after the update on his battery said 80%, then it just died all of a sudden. But would he be able to prove that?
Well, he has the screenshots of it.
Well, I said the data on the drone will give you information of what had happened. Now, my concern is that he lost Wi-Fi signal. Now, I don't have any Parrot drones at all, but maybe somebody out here does. Are Parrot drones Wi-Fi dependent? As far as
I
if
believe they are.
lose the signal,
All I had was
It doesn't have its own GPS deal where if it loses Wi-Fi, it returns to home.
well, like I said, I don't own a Parrot, so I don't know if it has an automatic
Oh, it's a
return.
parrot. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
So that's
from
what I'm saying.
what he told me in the comments was when it has that battery error, it automatically lands. I was asking him if there was a way to update that for it to return to home, and he never said anything back to me about it.
Gotcha.
Pretty much any drone. I know if DJI drones, if we get a battery error, it's coming down. Most
Yeah,
it's not
no,
going to return to home. It's coming down.
that's a good
Yeah.
point because it doesn't want to try and return home and suddenly drop from the sky. It wants to settle down.
Right. It wants to go into landing mode right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got that battery error, but like I was saying, I was watching all of his telemetry up top, and his Wi-Fi signal went straight yellow, and then it looked like it dropped out, and then it came back, and when it came back, it was just landing, and it just went straight down into the water. Sadly.
Yeah. Without having more information on his free flight and the status of the battery, like I just somebody said, he had some issues before that. It went down that he had problems before with a battery issue. So that's something he should have checked on before letting it send it back up if he's having issues before with that battery.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got the 3 batteries that swelled up on me this summer from my Mavic Pro. I won't put them back in the Bird.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
Same thing. I don't want to have it pop out. I don't want to get a battery error because it's just going to be one of the things that it fails and the next little bird comes down. I can't control it.
One of the things, Adrian, I'm going to check out the next day or two. Ken Dobo had mentioned that update to the smart controller
Yeah.
that included the Mavic Air 2.
Yeah.
Yes. Apparently he did some tests, back and forth. And one of the things that he mentioned was the app crash and the loss of signal with the new firmware update. And then he tried it. He went back, one firmware version earlier and tried it and didn't have the problem. So,
Well, let me ask you this, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Don't you also have to update the battery?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I had that update about a week or two ago, I think it's about 2 weeks ago. I didn't have any issues, but it's raised some concerns. So tomorrow or the day after, I'm actually going to take mine out and test that. But he did, tests, back and forth with the old version, the new version, and he had. Well, the big thing is with the app crash. You wonder why would that happen? I can maybe understand the signal loss, but why the app crash? So, but apparently there's a lot of forums and people having the same issues. I'm going to try it out myself, and if I find something, I'll report back to you guys.
I really appreciate it if you do, man. And like I told a lot of people, I think I told you that too, Ranko. We speak quite often. I've thought about the smart controller. You know what I mean? I mean, I've flown several drones using it. I think it's bright, man. It's great. You know what I mean? All of the above. But I don't see any reason why I should buy it since I already have remotes for every drone. You know what I mean? I think I think it's just a waste of money. Let me put it that way.
Well, I think the big
Also,
selling
if you-
point of the smart controller is the screen. It gives
Yeah.
you that 1,000 nit screen, which is hard unless you're buying the top of the line cell phone out there. That's the competition to it, and plus the size of the screen. I mean, it's a 5-inch screen. Most phones are at 3 to 4 inches, unless you got a real big one. And that's big. I mean, for me, I have to bring my readers out when I go fly, and I like to use my Crystal Skies. But on my everyday stuff, I have to use a phone, and I just had to upgrade to a Samsung Galaxy 8S because processing power, and it gives me a nice bright screen with the processing power what I needed when I run programs like Drone Deploy and Pixel 4D. I didn't like I was getting a lot of intermittent cutout of the display. So that's something I don't like to have because, like anything else, when you're flying, you're looking up at the sky, trying to track your bird, then you're looking down at your screen, and it's very unnerving when you take a glance up to see where you're at. You look at your screen, and it's lagging. Your screen is lagging, or you're getting cutouts because your phone or whatever you're using, tablet, can't keep up with the footage that's coming back, and that's just a nerve-wracking way to fly. So that's why I
Yes.
always look at these guys who do FVP, FPV, how they do it with the broken up, with an analog system, with a broken up picture, because that would just drive me bananas if I can have a very clear picture.
You know, Dre, one of the things I've been seeing with that, I've been actually seeing a lot of like posts and feeds, and whatnot, in reference to like broken up footage, and it almost looks like 60 cycle interference. And I think a lot of that has to do with your cord. You buy a cheap, you know, from the local Quickie Mart cord versus a data transferring cord, you're going to get that. I've seen that on the, I still belong to the Mavic. I'm trying to remember what it is. The Mavic, DJI Mavic
Forum.
It's on DJI.
Yeah, I'm on that also.
Yeah, and you see a lot of that. I've seen quite a few posts about that. And people are getting like all this broken up, and like they get the green.
Yep, get the little green shading that happens.
Yeah.
I get that
And I
sometimes.
think
Like I
a
said,
lot of it has to do with the cord. I really
Yeah.
do.
and that's what I'm saying. That for me, I fly a lot, almost every day, if not every other day. I'm flying, so I'm big about the cord. But it's all about your pre-flight checklist. To me, it's part of my routine because I fly so often. A lot
Right.
of other guys might fly once a month, whatever the case is. So they'll forget between the last time they flew and the next time they flew if they had some issues and didn't check it out when they got back home. And they should know they throw the bird up again, and then that time the bird doesn't come back. And like you
Right.
said, it could be something as simple as a little $5 cord you can buy off Amazon, which solves your whole problem.
Yeah.
And I keep extra cords in all my
Yeah.
birds. I keep them extra, for the standard USB small ones to extra Apple ones, whatever I take out to fly with. I keep.
Yeah. So I think that's where a lot of people's problems are lying. Is that they're buying these cheap cords. You know.
Yeah, and like I say, it causes delays and everything else. And that's what I'm saying about with the smart controller, there is no cord.
Right.
It's all built in, and it's right there. And now a lot of people say you're up in a flight very quickly, and and you don't have to worry about no cords because it's all self-contained.
Another thing too, I have one cord that I use with my controller every single time. It's a short one. It's one of those high-speed data cords, and I use the same cord every single time, and that's all I use that cord for.
Yeah, and that's why I'm a big proponent myself about, because I have several different drones that I buy cords for each drone I have. I don't like swapping out gear because that's when it gets damaged, could get kinked or whatever, and then you're forgetting that, I had that cord on that drone one time, and I'm using it on this drone this time, and you don't realize from going back and forth, from pulling it out of the slots, you're creating stress on those cords every time you connect one and disconnect one.
Yep.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. How you doing, Army Boy? Thank you for popping into the stream. We got a couple more people that came in. I didn't even recognize. Brad Alston, thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate you. Who else came on in? Mr. Gary, Brent Ariel, how you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping in, buddy. Who else come on in? Who else came on? Who else? Okay, I'll get back to that. Anyway.
I was going to say, I was looking at Bob's comments here, and I'm like him. That's the only frustrating part, that you do have to use up battery time to do a really good, thorough pre-flight checklist.
Well, I believe that's where having multiple batteries come in handy, Andre. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, I keep a standard of at least 4 batteries per drone on mine. So, like I said, I rotate through them. And that's where that air data program comes into play, because when you have so many batteries to look after and you got to keep rotating them through, I can always go through that air data program to see the conditions of my batteries and which ones I've used more than the other.
How you doing, the Jordan veteran? How you doing, Big Dan? Thank you for popping into the stream. Appreciate you, buddy. Now, when it comes to the air data, Dre, I created an account. You know what I mean? Signed up. Email,
Right.
all the good information. But it keep telling me that I need some kind of key code or something of that nature. And
Okay.
it's gonna
You
be
can go into the
email.
settings. I'm gonna pull it up on my screen right now.
I'm not able to do anything like that because I would like to have the air data info that you and Jim have for me to know about my batteries, but I'm not able to do anything.
Let me go through the program. I know there's a page that tells you all that right quick. Hang on.
Okay, no problem. While you're doing that, hey, Ron, have you been able to fly, buddy?
No, due to my work schedule, I just got home today about 11 o'clock, and I got to go back to my part-time job. I have to have a surgery at the end of next month, and the insurance is not covering things real well. So I've been working like a dog trying to save up the money to make sure that it's taken care of.
Okay.
So
now,
I'm leaving tomorrow for 32 hours to work my part-time job, and then my boss texted today and said, "Hey, I got 36 hours of overtime next week." I'm like, signed up for that, and yeah.
now,
So
I remember telling you the last time, stop pulling it with this right here. You can't
Yeah.
be yanking on it. You know what I mean? What's wrong with you?
I know, buddy. You got to do what you got to do.
What can you do, right?
Yeah.
Hey, why you being so damn quiet, man? I know you want to say something.
No, well, no, I just want to say, man, it's been a long day. I've been out on the dock in the Florida sun all day, and I'm just tuckered out. So I got to go.
All right.
What kind of work do you do?
Ed.
Yeah.
What?
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an electrician.
Oh, okay.
And pulled some old burned up wire out of a conduit and replaced it on the side of a dock. We get to pull the wire back, new wire back in tomorrow, and I get to remake all the connections.
Yeah.
Pulling wires a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, especially when it's off the side of a dock, and if you fall off the side, you fall in the mud that's 3 feet deep, so. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So.
Yeah.
And that sun beats down on it. It was warm. It made it almost to 90 today. So at least there was a breeze.
I know, man. It was hot today too. Thank God we had a little bit of breeze every once in a while too.
Well, it gets hotter where you're at than where it is where I'm at, because at least I'm within 5 miles of the ocean,
Yeah.
And so the breeze definitely helps, but you still got the sun beaming down on you, So Florida sun ain't no joke.
No.
Yeah.
So y'all have a good night. Great talk to y'all.
Take care, Ed.
Hey,
And I'll be hanging around.
Good night, buddy.
Later, brother.
Yeah.
All of you. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you later.
I can't find it right now, Adrian, but it's in the actual app one of those different tabs up there that shows you the key you're looking for. It's called a token.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I was just looking at it at work, and I couldn't remember what tab I looked under to find that because I had to add it to the new phone I just picked up and everything. Have that token, so it automatically will upload to my Fly to Litchi app and stuff. On the Litchi app, it asks you for that token information. So I have to dig it up.
Maybe when you have some time, man, go ahead and find out how to do it and just get it to me, man. You could send me the info through Facebook.
Yeah. I gotta find it because it tells you everything, gives you some detailed information. It'll say this is your token and so forth from there.
Because I believe that's the only thing that I need is that token for me to be able to get into the system. Now, once I do that, Dre, what else do I need to do for the air data information to pretty much get all the data on my drones? Do I need to do anything else?
You're gonna need to add all your drones into your
So enter
equipment.
them manually, every single one of them.
Yes, and when you enter them in, they're going to ask. They're going to ask for the drone name, the name you gave your drone, the type of drone it is, what brand it is it operational, and then it will ask for internal. It will pick up their own internal serial number, and that's about it. When you fire the drone up and you have entered the information into the program, the drone itself will start to upload all this information to the program.
Okay. Okay. So I don't have to enter the serial number. It will automatically pick it up by itself.
Yeah, it will pick it up as soon as you do a flight and you tell it to do the sync that you normally do in My Flights on the DJI app. It will automatically send all the internal information to the program.
Okay. Hey, Jim, why don't you go ahead and come on in, man? I know you're in the background somewhere lurking. Come on in. Hey, Brian Mack, I sent you a link to your Facebook if you want to go ahead and come on in, man.
Brian Mack told Dre to reach over and smack Ron and wake him up.
Ron's a little
Oh,
tired.
wrong way.
Had a rough night last night.
Yeah, I feel
drone,
you, Ron.
Yeah, we were
drone
up till
863.
5:30.
I'm in a house full of 6 women. I'm only male.
Say that again.
You had a rougher night.
Yeah. He was talking about the alert behind me. I said, I'm in a house of 6 women. I'm the only male.
Sweet Jesus.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Other guy.
I can make your night seem a little better. So
Yeah.
last night I walk into work, didn't even get a chance to clock in. Emergency room hits a panic button. We got somebody trying to be combative. So I deal with that, get back to my office, open my energy drink. It explodes everywhere all over the control room. Get that cleaned up. As soon as I do, I get another panic button, run back into the ER. This guy has stripped naked and he's in there helicoptering it. And we had to tackle him.
Damn it.
Damn. Dre, you need to get a dog.
Watcher.
I've been through that, Ron, and I said no more dogs. Once I put the turf in the backyard, no more dogs.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris Hope?
How you doing, Chris Hope? Hey, Chris Hope, I send you the link to Facebook if you want to go ahead and check it out, man. Hey, Ron, I'm about to send you something right now. I need you to look that up for me.
Okay.
Hey, come on, keep talking. I'm just gonna do this real quick.
Dre, I can kind of feel your pain though. I've got the wife, 2 daughters, and even the dog was a female.
Hey, Chris Hope. See, you made it over from my Doubles channel.
I just sent it to you, Ron. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. It's in the chat.
Yeah, Stingray, it was a heck of a night, man. Yeah, propelling, helicoptering, whatever you want to call it.
I think we got the point. I think we got it.
Yeah.
That's right, the Watcher. I guess he did.
Yeah, we've been so busy at work. Oh my gosh. We hit the highest record month of the 5 years that I've been there.
Good.
And on top of that, we missed 70 other missions because we were either on something else or we were broken down or we were down because of crew, something. Yeah.
Hey, I even had you guys call me last night, Ron. They had one that got combative on them while they were still in transit.
Really?
As soon as they got there, man, we had to go hands on. It was a night, man.
I have a low tolerance for any kind of misbehavior right now.
Yeah, I feel you, especially when I didn't have any sleep, no energy drinks, nothing. Yeah, I feel you.
Hey, Mike, you work at a psych ward?
I work at a large county hospital that serves multiple counties. And whenever the police department has a mental or psych patient, they just drop them off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've dropped a few off my day when I was an officer.
Yeah, I just need a lack of sleep or a lack of food that makes me grumpy and both times. And we have that what I call come to Jesus meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that talk many times with some
We
people.
had four.
Ron.
We had about 4 total of them last night at work.
I've had to have a talk like that with one of my helpers the other day, man. I mean, shit.
Oh, by the way, Ron, seeing your taxidermy reminded me of something I saw on Facebook. Have you seen the guys that are taxidermying a zombie deer?
No.
A zombie
So-
deer.
Yeah. So what they do is they put like a bullet hole in the neck, a slash across it. Deer's eyes are all kind of bugged out, and they put canines in there, so it looks like the deer went totally zombie. And that's the new taxidermy they're doing.
What?
Yeah.
That don't even sound right. Hey, Ron, were you able to check that out? Or are you still doing it?
No, your text,
Yes.
Yeah. I saw that.
We good?
We good.
Okay. All right. Good job. Appreciate you. So, when do you think you're gonna have some time to fly, Ron?
Unfortunately December, and what I'm looking to do, and I kind of feel bad sometimes throwing this out there. It's like a tease, but probably about March, April, and sometimes I go in spurts. Like I'll go 2-3 months, don't do anything, and I actually get sometimes my friends on Facebook will go like, "Ron, we haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on? You okay?" I belong to a group on Facebook called Wyoming Through the Lens. And it is a group of folks that photographs, videos, whatever, can only pertain to Wyoming, which is the next state west of me.
Okay.
And one of the things I'm going to do this spring is, which I saw last spring so much, is I'm actually going to take I've done it for like 2-3 days, but that's not enough. I'm going to take like an entire week and go out to Yellowstone and Tetons National Park and go out and watch as the grizzlies come out of hibernation. And I want to get some good photographs and really film, especially the cubs. If you go to Facebook and go to Wyoming Through the Lens, some of the photographs these people get are just phenomenal. They're phenomenal. And I want to have that opportunity. So it's going to be a couple months. The winter weather is coming up here in South Dakota and Wyoming. Don't know how much I'll be flying. I'll take a couple days, that's nice out and practice so I don't get rusty. But come about March, April, man, I'm going to be out and they're putting some miles on the drone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the Facebook page you were talking about that one night on my stream, wasn't it?
I believe so, Mike. Yeah. I'll tell you what, those folks they get some really, really good photos.
That one you were talking about where the grizzly pulled the actual what was it, buffalo out of the ice?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. And I've actually been witness to that a couple of times. And again, I've had a couple of occasions where I haven't been charged by a grizzly yet, but I've been charged by a black bear. Two summers ago, I was in Yellowstone, and it's on my YouTube page. Is I have 2 different videos of Yellowstone that same summer. But yeah, I was out on a 3-hour hike up in major grizzly territory. Didn't see one, hoping to see one, but I didn't. And on the way back, I was about 150 yards from the truck, and I spotted a mother black bear, which is very abnormal for them. Normally, they're very sort of, I look for. They're kind of shy. They don't want anything to do with you. I was 150 yards plus away. I spotted her, stopped for a second, had the camera in my hand. I filmed her for 20 seconds, her and the cubs, and then kept going. And now I'm pushing 200 yards. Turned around, they're still standing there and they're eating. And then all of a sudden I turned around again, they're gone. I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. And it's like rolling hills. What she had done was she actually pushed those cubs over the hill, and then she started coming at me.
Oh,
and
shit.
I only saw her for like 5 seconds at a time. She was coming over the hills, and over the rolling hills. I'm like, oh my God, she's coming right at me. Why? Because I keep, I'm continuing to push my distance away. I'm like 200, 300 yards away. She kept coming. Like, oh, this is not good. So I got 50 yards from my truck, and she reappeared, and she looked at me. I'm like, oh, she's still coming. And I didn't want to run. So I'm like, I'm going to keep walking, camera in one hand, bear spray in the other. I'm like, which one do I pull up first? Right up until the point she got right to the edge of the road. And I actually have it on my one little short movie trailer. She's pacing back and forth. And she's looking up and down the road like, is it safe to cross? It was weird. And I'm sitting there like, oh no, she's coming. And all of a sudden she started to chomp her jaws. I'm like, yep, aggressive bear. So I had the camera, I had a like a lanyard with it, and I just kind of held it in my left hand, bear spray come out of my right, and I pulled the pin, and I sat there and held it right in front of me, almost like a pistol. And I'm like, sweetheart, you got about one step on the concrete. I'm gonna let you have it. Sure enough, she did. She started to cross, and I gave her about a 3 or 4 second charge. She didn't like that. Yeah. The funny thing was, about 2 hours later, I was up near Old Faithful, part of Lake Yellowstone. A lot of people go to, and I ran into a park ranger, and I'm like, "Can I talk to you a minute?" I said, "I was over." I told him where I was at. He's oh, okay. He goes, "Was it a black bear with a little white diamond chest and 2 cubs?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's, "Oh, you met Rosie." I'm like, "Oh, do you know her personally?"
You responded, "I know her personally too now."
I know her. We had dinner at her house. I don't know, but no, but he knew of her, and he said he knew that particular black bear has never attacked anyone, but has charged people, and anywhere within 300 yards wants nothing to do with people. Stay away from my cubs. Keep away from me. Yeah. So, but it's a pretty neat experience out here. That's just a hiker. Yes. Drones.
I saw that too.
Yes, I did.
I saw that one too. That
guy,
was pretty.
I don't know. That guy kind of pushed his luck. He kind of hung around the cubs. I'll tell you, when it comes to the kids, Mama has no tolerance. And that's one of the things you got to be really careful about. Adrian, that's why I want you to come out, buddy. So many people pay to come and vacation here. I live here, and I get that opportunity to go out. Sometimes I can travel 4 or 5 hours, get in the car and spend $20 in gas and drive and see the wildlife that I do. And again, that's where I enjoy my photography, my drone photography. And Dre, I understand what you're doing. You're doing it as a business. You're going out and doing surveying and whatnot. Right now, I'm still in the fun part of it. Whether I'll go into the work part of it, I don't know. But I just love the area that I'm at, and the opportunities that I have. As long as I'm not in the national parks, man, I have so many places to fly. It's I sit and listen to you guys sometimes, and I feel bad. I hear about your restrictions and using the land system, and I'm like, I don't got to do any of that where I'm at. I'm so free out here, because I'm such a remote area. The only thing is stay out of the national parks, yeah, Adrian, if you ever come out, any of you guys ever come out, please let me know. I really, really, truly enjoy having people come out, and I've had some in the past where they come out, and one of the places I like to take them is a tiny little town called Cook City, Wyoming. It's in the northeast corner of Wyoming. Very quaint little town. You can drive through it 4 or 5 minutes. You're through Cook City. But it comes into the northeast entrance. There's 5 different entrances into Yellowstone. And Cook City comes into the northeast entrance. And it comes into an area called the Lamar Valley. The Lamar Valley has probably, I'd say, over 50% of the sightings of wildlife that are seen in Yellowstone National Park. It goes to the north entrance, which is called Gardner, Montana. And one of the neat things I got to experience last year, Adrian, I apologize for taking up so much time, but I met a guy by the name of Bob Landis. He used to shoot for the Discovery Channel and National Geographic.
Yeah.
He had a camera that every one of you would salivate over. This camera he had, what I'd done was, when you drive through the national parks like that, when you see a bunch of people pulled off somewhere, it's like, oh, they're seeing something, and your natural instinct is, let me pull over too and look and see what they're looking at. So I saw about 8 or 10 people pulled off, and I looked down and I saw this big water hole, like a watering hole. And I saw a couple coyotes. I'm like, why is everybody pulled off for a couple coyotes? Big deal. And so I pulled over and I got to chatting with some people, and turns out the area from Gardner, which is north, Cook City, which is northeast, there is a trail, or a path, so to speak, that the bison travel. And 2 summers ago, we had a really wet summer, and this area is called the Black-tailed Plateau. And we had so much rain during the summer, that area got flooded. Well, the water didn't recede, and it froze over. And during the winter, well, in the spring, the bison that are up in the Gardner, they automatically want to go to the northeast entrance, and they follow that same trailway. And what they do is they fall through the ice and they drowned. And what had happened that week that I was there were 2 different bison that fell through the ice and drowned. Well, these grizzlies automatically, like, oh, there's a drowned bison. And when I stopped there that morning, I actually sat there for 8 hours, didn't see a thing. And the one guy that I talked to, there was about 10 people that were there. They're all locals. They all knew each other. They told me, it was kind of funny, they had some of the top-notch you can imagine top-notch camera equipment. And they said, you got to see our houses. They're crap. But our camera equipment, it's top-notch, they said, which I thought was kind of, interesting. They had like 800 f4 lenses, on, cameras. But the next morning, they told me to be back there at 5 a.m. So I showed up at 5 a.m. I pulled in there. There was a little bit of snow on the ground, but I sat there that water hole was only 50 yards away, but I could see this dark spot about 10 yards away from that. And that was that grizzly sitting there. What I actually watched him do, and if you sit and think about the power and the strength of a grizzly bear, those bison are, they're 2,000 pounds. He would go in there and grab that bison, pull him out of the water, sit there and chomp on him and have breakfast. And when he was done, he'd push him back in. I sat there and watched him and filmed him doing that. And he didn't want anybody else to have him. So he'd push him back in, then he'd walk away. But those guys would sit there sometimes 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. They would sit there. And I said that's what they do all season long. They sit there and watch animals and film, and like I said, they have top notch. The camera that Bob had, his lens alone, the lens alone on the video camera he had was somewhere around 70 grand.
I was just about to. I was about to say about 5,000-10,000, but I was way off.
70. He
Just for
showed
the-
me. He
Just for the
showed me
lens.
the footage he had
70 grand just for the lens.
just for the lens.
Holy
That's some high quality glass right there.
He showed me it proved it. Yeah, he showed me footage that he had of there were 12. He went up to the Lamar Valley the day before, and he showed me footage he had of 12 wolves that were chasing down an elk, and the footage was so silky smooth. I mean, and the close-ups he had was just unbelievable, unreal. I'm like, now I know why you pay that much kind of money for that camera. He shot for the Discovery Channel and National Geographic for years.
Oh, that's probably why he needs some top-notch equipment then.
Yeah, he's retired now, I think, but he still has his, it's older equipment, but he's retired. Yeah, it was unbelievable, Adrian. It was phenomenal. I said, you guys would sit there, I realize you guys try to get landscape or, any kind of scenery or whatever, but to get the wildlife, again, that's what I'm into, the wildlife and the mountainous scenery that I have out here. Man, I was looking at his footage and like, oh dear God, I'm so jealous. It was incredible. But anyhow, buddy, I'm sorry to take up so much of your time.
Oh, you're fine, man. You're fine.
Yeah.
You made a good point, Ron. When people ask me about how they can get a hint of how to fly cinematically, I tell them, go watch the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Those guys are using drones years and years ago when we were just didn't even think nothing about it. And I said, watch the scenery, and you can tell it's a drone flight because how it moves through the air and stuff.
Yeah.
I said, watch the Discovery Channel and things like that, the national forest we have, and you see how smooth those guys guide that drone through. And that's what I tell folks: don't worry about trying to fly fast. Learn how to fly smooth and and make nice big turns and move your gimbal very slowly and stuff. You want to be cinematic. And I said, your subject matter may not be all that impressive, but how you film it, have people glued to the screen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's just,
There's a particular Mama Grizzly. They actually have some collars and tag numbers on some of the Grizzlies. Mama 399. She's she's the celebrity. She has 4 cubs this past year, and there's so much footage on her and her cubs this year. Unbelievable, unreal. And I said the pictures, the videography, that the people that there's a couple guys I watched on that one page. The footage they get, I'm like, I'm so jealous, I've had the opportunity to be out there. Like I said, 6 hours drive, I can be there. And there's been a couple occasions where I've been out there where I had an occasion last summer. I was in Tetons National Park, and we went across the lake on a jet boat. This is kind of a funny story. We went across the lake, me and my buddy and his wife. We went across the lake on a jet boat, and we went for like a 2-mile hike up in the woods and up on this mountain. And when we were let off the boat, the driver of the boat said, "Hey folks, be careful. they have been seeing grizzly every day. Just, be careful of your surroundings.
Be mindful.
Yeah. So we went up there, didn't see anything. We come back, didn't see anything. We walked back on the dock, and I'm standing there, and a guy was in a kayak on the lake, and he's rowing, and he's coming up to the lake, and he looks straight at me. He goes, "Hey, buddy," he goes, "tell those people on the trail behind you to get the hell off of there." I'm like, why? He goes, "There's a big ass grizzly standing right there." And I turned around and looked. I'm like, oh my God, we just walked by there like 45 seconds ago. There was this 800-pound, 1,000-pound grizzly standing there. I'm like, oh dear God, we just walked past him, never saw him. The vegetation was so high, he was standing right on the edge of the trail, and we never saw him. I mean, apparently we weren't the fillet of the day, so to speak. He could have come out and, had his way with us, but, yeah, there was probably 15 people within 10 feet of him. And I started yelling, I'm waving my hands like, yo, get the hell out of there. I could see him from the dock where I was standing looking back up on the trail. But when you see a 1,000-pound grizzly, it's incredible. Yeah.
I bet.
Not something you want to hang around and be bear food for either.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, they're a beautiful sight to see. It's kind of neat. If any of you or anybody in the chat ever come out to Yellowstone National Park, just based on my experience, what I tell people is, like I said, there's 5 entrances to the park itself. There's the north, the northeast, the east, the south, and the west. And I highly, highly, highly recommend the northeast entrance. You come in through a little town called Cook City, and when you come in through Cook City, you'll come into what they call the Lamar Valley. And there's a gentleman by the name, check out his channel if you guys get a chance, if you're into nature photography. His name is Stan Mills. Older gentleman, probably, I'm thinking he's in somewhere between 60 and 70 years old. The guy is in phenomenal shape. He'll hike 10, 15, 20 miles a day. And he'll go in there, and he takes his cameras in there with him. He has a YouTube channel, Stan Mills. And he sees grizzly, owls, moose, elk, deer every single day. He goes in there. Just the nature photography that he gets is phenomenal. The only thing I can tell people, if you do go in and hike Yellowstone, I cannot emphasize enough, and again, emphasize enough. Stop. It's expensive, but buy yourself a good, strong can of bear spray. It can be $75, but it's going to save your ass. Not 100%, but it will defer them. They don't like that. Their noses are so sensitive. They don't like that. It's basically like a
Mace.
Like a mace or a pepper spray.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not 100%. There's a guy in Bozeman, Montana, and I think, Adrian, you may have seen this video about 2 years ago. He's hiked all around Bozeman, Montana, which is about 4 or 5 hours from me, Yellowstone, all that area, all his life. He works for the Forestry Service. He's in the woods every day. And he was out scouting for elk. And the neatest story, he went in, was just scouting, and he came upon a mom and 2 cubs. And he made a sound purposely so the mom knew he was there, so she wasn't surprised or spooked. She turned around, she looked at him, and then kept going. And he's like, well, she's going that way. I'll go this way. He went almost like a 90-degree angle away from her. 20 minutes later, she showed up and came at him and went right through the bear spray. When he sprayed her, yeah, he sprayed her and she come right through it. She was pissed. Like she thought a
Damn.
threat her cubs. And she attacked him. He, with his years of experience of hiking and being in the woods, he actually took his backpack and put it up around his neck. He brought it up, and she was on him for about a minute.
Oh,
And the hardest thing was he was laying there. She had actually bit into his head, and the blood was running from his head into his eye, his right eye, I think the way he described it. And he said the hardest thing, though, was her weight, that she was still on his back. And she's sitting there like, okay, you dead or not?
yeah. Oh God.
She'd come off of him and then went away. And he laid there motionless for about 5 minutes. And then he moved his head just enough to like, okay, I think she's gone. He got up, realized like, okay, I'm cut up. She bit into my head, bit into my arm, my leg, but I'm hurt. I need medical attention, but I'm okay. I'm going to live.
Yeah.
He's 3 miles from his truck. Like, I better get back to my truck. So he starts heading towards his truck. Again, the opposite direction of where she was. 30 minutes later, same bear showed up and hit him again, and hit him harder the second time. And just, oh my God, cut him up bad. He somehow, and he said, even at that time, she come at him so fast, he didn't have a chance to pull his gun or the bear spray. She hit him the second time. Somehow, this poor guy, I can't think of his name at the top of my.
I know who you're talking about, Ron, because I've heard this story before, but I can't think of his name either.
Yeah.
I've heard this story on a couple of
He
the
went through a
survival
second
channels.
attack, and he got up the second time, and he said that after the second attack, he sat there with his bear spray and his gun, the whole time, walking back to his truck. He had one in each hand. He made it back to his truck, and the dumbass got back to his truck. He's standing there at the parking area, and he makes a Facebook YouTube video. Like, oh, okay, I got attacked by a bear today, before he went to the hospital. And he said, I've seen a couple of interviews he's done. His girlfriend apparently was in nursing school, and he made this video, and he called ahead to the hospital and said, hey, I've been attacked by a grizzly. I'm on my way in. Just FYI. And the security guard that met him at the front door of the hospital apparently complimented him, like, well, number one, you wore your seatbelt. Appreciate that. And the second thing was, there was so much blood on the inside of his truck, they said looked like somebody gutted out an elk on the inside of his truck. Yeah, he was bleeding.
How you doing,
Adrian?
How you doing, Hype Media? What's up, Mike?
Hey, Adrian, want to give a shout out to Hype Media. Met this guy on a YouTube Facebook group the other day, and we got to talking. He's from Australia, and he's just starting out doing drone videos. So I want to give him a little shout out real quick.
Shout out, Mr. Media. Appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate
Well,
you.
I apologize. I've been gabbing away for 10 minutes.
You're right. You're right, man. I want to say how you doing to Manamana FPB. Thank you for coming in, Mr. Matt North for Northeast Drone Production. Up. What's up, Mr. Robert Glazier? How you doing, man? Army boy, how you doing, Chief? Funny as hell, man. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you guys. Now, I don't know about you, but Ron, I think I would have shit my pants, dude.
Oh, dude, guarantee
Yeah.
that.
I'm trying to let you finish your story, but the whole time, like, I'm trying to picture myself, like, right there. I think I would have laid out, dude. I think I would have lost at least 20 pounds, because I would have laid out a big, stinky one. Hopefully that motherfucker would just get away from me. You laughing, Dre? I'm dead serious. I would shit myself.
Hey, Adrian. So this happened to me a couple years ago. we were out doing one of our survival classes. And while we were out there doing it, we were geocaching. Y'all know what that is, the geocaching?
Mhm.
So we were out there doing the geocaches and we're looking for one of them. And I realized it had fallen off from where it was on the side of a dock down into the swamp. So, hey, I'm like, ain't no big deal. I've been in the swamp before. I jump over the side, climb down, get it, secure it, start coming back up, get back over. I get back over, and about 20 foot from where I'm at, about a 12-foot gator pops up.
Yeah.
Talk about shit your pants moment. Oh yeah, I was.
Yeah. I had that same incident, Mike. I was about 4 years ago. It was kind of funny. The girl I was dating at the time, she used to yell at me about, "Don't go out in the woods alone. It's not safe, and don't do that." And what? I just moved here. I didn't know anybody, but I wouldn't tell her. She was living in California, and I went out. It was a snowy morning and absolutely beautiful. And as I say, Adrian, if you come out, buddy, I want to take you there.
Oh, man.
I
Yeah.
came into the canyon, and I'm like, oh, this canyon was so beautiful. And I noticed that I went out of cell phone coverage, and my cell went dead as far as coverage. And I looked up on the mountain, and I'm like, there's a couple caves up there. I'm like, I want to go check them out. Curiosity is killing me. So I started walking up the side of the mountain, and it's snowing, and I'm slipping and falling because the snow is wet, it's slippery. Anyhow, 45 minutes later, I gained I'd say about 500 to 750 foot elevation, and I get a text message, and I'm like, oh, I have cell phone again. And I look down, I have 1 bar on my phone. And I walked to the outside of this cave, and I turned around and looked, and I'm like, oh my God, look at this view. So the first thing I did was pull out my phone, and I'm taking all these pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, okay, I took my pictures. So then I pull out my flashlight and my 45. So I grab the two of them, and I come in. I start to walk into this little cave. And when I first walked in, it was straight, and then the ceiling kind of dropped and it went down, and then it turned hard to the left. Well, as soon as I turned to the left, I looked, and all I saw was teeth. I looked.
Oh shit!
There was this gigantic mountain lion. Her ears went back, the fangs came out. I saw the whiskers and the teeth and the snarl. I'm like, oh shit. So I didn't race, but I slowly backed out. I'm like, oh dear God. And again, keep it in mind, I'm up in elevation. Well, my phone rings. It's the girlfriend. Well, hi, sweetie. What are you doing? Well, I just saw a mountain lion. I'm in a cave. And as I'm backing out of the cave, trying to get the hell away from the mountain lion, my phone goes dead. Because now I'm back out of cell service. So for the next 2 to 3 hours until I got the hell out of the area, all she hears is, this dumbass just walked into a cave with a mountain lion. Yeah. Oh my God, it was funny. Yeah, she was not happy with me. But yeah, we got a lot of mountain lion right locally where I'm at. Yeah, quite a few actually. Matter of fact, I'll show you one.
But like I was saying, when you bring it up, Ron, man, look, I think I'm gonna have to climb your back, dude. I think I'm gonna have to crap on your back or something, because you're gonna have to get me the fuck out of there. I can't even climb a goddamn tree, but I will probably climb it, but it'll be a bad idea, because if I'm not mistaken, bears are good fucking climbers.
Yeah, they're real good at climbing, dude.
And if I'm not mistaken, they run pretty fast too. So,
hey,
shit.
So we have a video from some guy here in Georgia. He was hunting. Oh damn, that's a big boy.
That's the one I've been watching the last couple of years.
That sucker, look at, he got muscles everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So he's in his tree stand, he's hunting, and he looks over at the pine tree literally right next to him. And there's a baby bear coming up the pine tree next to him. And he's just like, the hell do I do now? All he started doing was recording, man. He records a thing, it comes up next to him. It's like literally like 2 foot away from him, sitting there just checking him out.
Yeah, he
Now
lucky.
he starts making some noise, and then,
He lucky it wasn't
Yeah.
the fifth mama.
yeah, well, he's lucky Mama didn't climb the tree after him.
So Ron, I got a question for you, Mister what you call it, Bear Guru. What the hell do I do then? Well, not like I'm being for it. What do I do in that situation?
Make noise.
Is it legal for you to shoot him because you fear for your life? I mean, what do you do?
It's not legal, but I believe in the process of best to be tried by 12 than carried by 6. So
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
In the national parks, you're not allowed a firearm. Do I carry one in the national parks? Not sure who all is watching, but yes, I do. Yeah.
Make a lot of noise. Usually that scares them off.
Make a lot of noise, let them know you're there. Believe it or not, most grizzlies don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
But, Mama, they get protective. They really do.
That's the key right there, Ron. Mama.
Yep. It was I've had so many experiences out there. I had a guy last summer. I pulled over and I saw him sitting off of a parking spot all by himself. And he's sitting out there with this big ass spotting scope. And I pulled up to him like, yo, dude, what are you doing? He said, I'm looking for grizzly. He was from Indiana, or Indiana State. And I sat there and just chatted with him. Nice fellow. And I sat and chatted with him for about 10, 15 minutes. And I said, well, hey, we'll have a nice day and we'll see you later. And I got about halfway to my truck, about 10 yards away. He's like, yo, dude, come back here. Hurry up. I come back. He goes, look at this. And he let me look through his spotting scope, and here up on the mountain that he was watching was the biggest grizzly I have ever seen. This thing was freaking enormous. He was probably 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. Easy.
Right.
Just as he walked, you could see the blubber, coming off of him. And again, in that Lamar Valley. Yeah, if you guys, like I said, if you don't believe me, people look up Lamar Valley, look up wolves, grizzly, any kind of wildlife in the Lamar, Lamar Valley in the Yellowstone National Park. You'll see so much wildlife in that. And it's about a 5-mile stretch. It's not that big.
How you doing, Thomas Ariels? How you doing, Thomas? Hey,
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore, man. I gotta show you guys. You ready?
Oh, you didn't.
I called him out.
Yeah.
Him out last night.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Dre, no,
Yep.
Dre. Actually, no, Dre. Listen, I wanted that reaction from you. This is my meeting, my number one. I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it. I
Yeah.
knew it.
You did, Dre. You called him out, buddy.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be. I don't see the need to, man. I already got the one. Why would I get another one? The same damn drone. I'm not. No.
Now you hear him now, Ron. In about another couple of weeks, he'll be saying, "I got something at the door.
Uh-huh.
Box came to the door."
Yep.
No. What's going on? Canada,
Hey,
Kentucky.
we know you, buddy. We know you.
Huh?
We know you.
Right.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not, man. Not that one. No.
Bullshit.
That's
I said,
exactly.
if I make a trip to Florida, I'll visit Disney World, and I tell my wife we gotta go by the drone museum.
Yeah.
What's going on, Canada, Kentucky fam? How you doing, man? Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate you, buddy.
To that drone ALRM, I dropped you a subscribe. He's from Brazil. I haven't seen him before.
What's his name again?
Drone ALRM.
Oh, yes. Hey, thank you for popping in, Jones ARL. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for popping in, buddy. Jones, that's supposed to be Jones Alarm, but I understand. Anyway, he's from Brazil, by the way. Ron, so going back to you, Mr. Bear Guru, you still haven't really told me what I need to do. Because if I come over there and I see one,
He did tell you.
Don't tell me relax. Don't tell me chill. Dude, I'm gonna run like a son of a bitch.
So we both told you weren't listening, or you weren't listening.
Brother.
No, I wasn't listening. Tell me again, please.
Hang with your
Make
brother.
a lot of noise.
And the best thing to do, if there's two of us, I shouldn't tell you this, but I will.
Don't tell him that, Ron. I already know where you're going.
If you're out there in the woods and you see a grizzly,
Listen, we're not gonna hug. We're not.
no. The only weapon you need is a 22. You shoot your buddy, aka your brother Ron, in the knee. That way, there he's the slowest guy out of the woods. That's the one the bear's gonna get.
Hey, look, you ain't got to be the fastest out there. You just got to be faster than the slowest one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not telling you to shoot me in the knee, Adrian, but you know.
So basically,
Adrian to pull out like a daggone 50 cal, Ron.
Right. You want me to hurt you so the bear can nibble on you while I go get help?
Yeah, so that would, I'm teaching you survival skills.
Yeah, that let me know that if I come over there, I'm not taking my ass from no goddamn woods with you. I'm gonna stay in the city. Fuck that.
Oh, dude, we're going to the woods, brother.
Hey, Ron, look, if I get a chance to come out there, we better go in the woods.
Oh shit, yeah.
You and me in the woods? Hell yeah, we could have some fun out there.
Don't whistle out on me, Adrian.
Dude, I'm over here in Florida, and my fucking heart pounding with you telling me bears be mauling people and shit like that. My little tiny ass, I'm like a little fucking toothpick.
Adrian, we have that up here in Georgia, bro.
Giant fucking snakes and all kinds of stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, with snakes, I grab them, I kill them. I hear you, but we're talking about a bear.
We have big old bears here in Georgia, bro.
We're talking about a 1,000, 3,000, 2,000 pound fucking bear. I'm barely 160 pounds. Thank you.
We have 400 or 500 pounders here that'll do that to you.
Dre, tell him I'll look out for a brother.
Hey, I'll tell you off the bat, a situation like that is every man for himself.
A free for all, right, Dre?
Got that right. I said, if you run too slow, I'd come back and scoop you up later.
Yeah.
I won't leave no man behind, but that means I got to save you on the spot.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't have to be the fastest one out there. You just have to be faster than the slowest one out there.
Yeah,
How you
exactly.
doing, Mel? How you doing, Chief? Thank you for popping in. Really
That's why
appreciate
you shoot your buddy in the knee. Yeah. Just all it takes is a 22. You got a pellet gun. Yeah, you guys get a chance. Look out. It's about halfway through my videos, but there's 2 videos of Yellowstone, and it shows all the grizzlies that I saw there last summer. Yeah.
Hey, Adrian, pop up Brent's last comment. There you go.
Who?
Exactly what you need to do.
Who's
Brent
coming?
Nunley.
Only? You son of a bitch.
Hey, but before you do that, Adrian, before you do that, make sure one of us are with you and we're recording.
Yeah.
You crazy.
Because we need,
I want to film.
yeah, because I can guarantee you that'll be the next YouTube viral video.
Yeah.
You can be famous, Adrian. You can have like 1 million subscribers.
Yeah. Adrian's a crazy bastard.
Yeah, you know what? I will actually become a millionaire on YouTube while I'm in my fucking grave. Thank you, Mike. Yeah.
Okay, we'll upload it to my channel then. Your
Yeah, there
celebration
you
will
go.
be a date.
Hand it off to a drone brother. You know.
You motherfucker. That shit don't even sound good. That sounds like a really bad idea, Brent Only. Thank you, but no thank you. No. Fuck no.
Hey, look, Adrian, my uncle used to joke around that we was gonna go bear hunting with a knife. He said, "I'll let you go first and I'll record it."
Yeah.
You guys are supposed to be my friend. That's a fucked up goddamn idea.
My uncle was one of them crazy old Vietnam vets, and that was his idea of a good time. He said we're gonna use a knife or a spear, and then he was gonna let me go first.
Hey, I need you guys to see this. This is fucking hilarious. If I come to a brother's oh Jesus.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Most of your friends know you fly drones and stuff. So this Halloween, time coming up, I have got like 30 different pictures of this from my friends where the guy took a Reaper costume, hung it from his drone, and flew it around the neighborhood. Have y'all seen this?
No.
He was scaring the shit out of people. He put like a good 60-foot line on this drone, hung like a Grim Reaper costume, and now he's flying the drone around with this Grim Reaper hanging underneath of it, scaring the crap out the neighborhood.
That's great.
And everyone's like, "You should really do this." And I was like, that could be a good video.
Yeah, then somebody go and grab a couple of freaking stones and stone it to death. I'm breaking that drone. There's gonna be a freaking Ron, Victor, Elvis, and Matthew out there that won't give a damn what it is and just blow your shit to the smithereens.
Oh, Ron.
Adrian, you're so close, buddy. You got to come out.
Ron, I wanted to, but now I think I got to think about it.
Hey, Ron, we were talking about that taxidermy earlier.
Yeah.
They have another one that I saw that was really cool. So they totally skinned the deer out and used all the excess hide. And the deer's head is mounted on, it was the shape of Texas. And the hide from the deer goes back and then covers the entire state, the outline of the state.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was sweet looking. Yeah. If I find it, I'll email it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Busy Kicks. Hey, man, how you doing, Brent? Thank you for popping in, buddy. I really appreciate you, man. Mr. Matt North, what's going on, mate? You goddamn wanker. Anyway, so you know what, Ron? Holy shit.
I'll take care of you, brother. I wouldn't let anything happen to you.
That just sounds like a bad idea. I don't want you to shoot me in my damn leg while you go get some help. Hell.
Hold on, Adrian. I'll be right back. I'll get us some help. Boom.
Dude, I would be a little fucking snap for that guy down there. He won't even give a damn.
We'll give you a good pocket knife, Adrian.
See, Adrian, you got to tell him this, Adrian. If you shoot me, you got to shoot me in the back because I'm gonna be out front running ahead of everybody.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, if he's out front running ahead, that just makes it easier to shoot him in the knee. Yeah. You don't even have to, you don't even have to turn around to do it.
And if you do get killed, just FYI, I'm gonna get you out because you're gonna be a hell of a lot lighter dragging you out of the woods.
Okay. Now I know, Ron. To just be aware, make sure when I see your hand going to your waist, I'm gonna shoot your fucking hands first. I be like, no, bitch, your ass is going down, not me.
Hey, Ron, you gonna do like this? Pew 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 pew.
Hey, there you go. Hey, look, Matt from Northeast said, Adrian, before you start running, you better put your drone in active track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Ron, I know you are up to no good. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this is not goodwill hunting. It's not.
Okay.
No.
So, Adrian, can I get back to drones for a second? Because I want to talk to Dre about
Yes,
something.
let's go.
Okay, Dre, have you seen who Skydio just hired?
I heard a list of former generals and some other people in the military community has been hired by Skydio, and I don't know if it's just as they use the term, industrial complex individuals who want to get those contracts with defense contractors, because that's where the big money's at.
And
If you got people on
that's
your
where I'm going
board,
at with this.
yeah, if you got people on your board who used to be in the industry, that's like I say, it's the good old boys type club. Like you
Yeah.
got former general so and so, you got colonel over here so and so who was in the aviation tech community, and this guy was a test pilot at NASA, all that kind of stuff.
The guy they just hired that I've been hearing about was one of the leaders for the drone projects, I think for special operations or something like that. He was huge in the drone stuff for the military already. So now he is on the board or a major role player for Skydio. And now suddenly Skydio is getting a lot of attention from the defense contractors for producing a new drone for them. And they're looking at them a lot more now. They put themselves on the forefront of all this new drone stuff for the military and defense by doing that.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Where guys come out of government service and they go to a private company and they become lobbyists.
Yeah.
Who's going to know the ropes in the government side? The guy who used to work there, and his name is well known. So they say if he's on your board, we'll do business with them because we know so and so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Skydio in the advertisements or the social media much.
They don't have to anymore. They got those government contracts now. They don't need to advertise. They're not doing anymore. They're not doing much anymore in the consumer area. They're all talking about.
They're not.
They're talking about all government side of the house, enterprise level equipment now.
And even the last drone that they pitched on their website was more geared to defense contractors and military than it was civilian aspect anyway.
Yeah.
But even though their technology was only about 80%. You know, they're having a lot of flukes. You know, from reviews.
But here's the thing, though: they get that defense contract, they now have the money to work out the kinks.
There you go. They get the big contracts, which goes to R&D, research and development, so they can stay on top of everything.
Yeah, good point.
And I mean, not only that, but they're trying to make, from what I've seen of the last military or defense contract drone they were trying to put out, they were trying to create a drone that could be folded up, dropped in a soldier's backpack, and he could sit there, whip it out, deploy the drone rapidly, and boom, there you go. You have an aerial view of the battlefield.
That's already been done.
It has, but that's what Skydio was touting for their, next.
Well, the big thing with Skydio, the big thing what Skydio's doing is just making a better version of what they already have. You know, the Skydio, whatever it is, the enterprise version they advertised a month or two ago, talking about some kind of 40 zoom, optical zoom, not digital, but optical zoom on that. It talks about having infrared on it also, flare system. So they're talking about having an all-purpose, all-weather drone. So the older ones were all dependent upon nice weather, daylight only. If you got something that can fly day or night, flies in high winds or whatever, and it has a very low signature for sound and radar, which most drones do fly on the radar, then you have a nice weapon at your disposal, because you can go over that next hillside, scout out what the enemy positions are, and call for artillery, call for air support, call for whatever, and you're never endangering anybody on the battlefield on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like I said,
thinking about my experience in the military, man, that would have been key in Iraq. Like that would have been amazing to have that technology.
Yeah, in my days in the Corps, we used to use the helicopters for that. They pop up the old, I forgot what they call them. The Army had a lot of them. They pop them up above a hill or whatever. They build it. They had a camera on top of the big old globe on top of the bird, and they'll be able to scout the field. And they're calling airstrikes or positions for artillery, and they zoom out. Now you're talking about not have to risk the pilot or the assistant pilot for that, and also look at the cost differential from having a helicopter out there versus a drone.
Well, see, my time in, they were using unmanned aerial blimps for that
Okay.
too.
Right.
So I even still know some guys that are working. They were in the military. They're now civilian contractors. And this guy literally just got back from Afghanistan, the one I'm thinking of. And that's what he did. He was a part of the blimp system that did a lot of the recon over there. So once again, you don't have to have an entire crew to man the blimp. You're not risking a pilot anymore because the pilot is on the base.
Right.
So that's kind of the same. But the footprint of having to use the blimp, which is huge, because you've got this massive blimp, it has to be tethered in one spot. So,
Well, that's the whole thing with drones, and even talking about the larger ones with the predators and things like that, where you have a guy sitting in the desert in Nevada or whatever, flying this thing out of Nevada, Arizona, or Florida, and it's halfway across the world in Africa.
yeah.
And you have people on the ground calling out the airstrikes. You
Yep.
know, and next you got a Hellfire missile coming down on your target. So, like I said, this is the one the Sicario doing is going to be for at the what we would call the platoon or squad level to break out of a backpack, real time. In other words, you have to worry about who's on mission. This is your guy on mission right away. Boom,
Yep.
he's flying. And that was the only thing in the past where you had the bigger drones that were coming out of whatever base and stuff. They still had to get to where the action was at, just like a reactionary force. QRF force has to get there. This puts a guy eye in the sky, real time, on the battlefield where it's happening, and all you're doing is calling for air support. You already got your targets labeled. You just tell them, "Hey, I need support here from a Spectre gunship on target right here.
Yep.
I need artillery right here. You got your FO. The drone is your FO, your forward observer.
Yep.
Hey, Thomas, what all did you get besides your iPad Air 4? And also, if you guys actually look what Robert Glacier said.
Yeah. Hey, Adrian, I got to pop out, buddy.
Ron, thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate you, buddy.
I got to get up at 4 a.m, so I better
Hey,
run.
Ron, if you're free Saturday, man, stop in. I'm having my 100 subscriber giveaway.
Yeah, I saw that. I will be home. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I'll be home Friday evening. Yeah, I should be home Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're around, pop on in.
Yeah, shoot me a thing.
I will.
Yeah.
What time are you going to be on, Mike?
Probably about 9 o'clock, like Adrian does.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be at night. I'll try to be on.
9 o'clock East Coast, Mike?
Yep.
Mike, you're East Coast time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Eastern time, yeah.
Okay. All right. Adrian, thank you for having me.
All right, Ron. Good night, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for letting me gabber for a long time there.
Yes, sir. I know you can't stop talking. I hear you. I understand.
Yeah. So come on out, buddy. We'll go find some bears.
Good night, Ron.
Hey, Adrian, I'm going to pop out also, partner.
You keep
Hey,
playing
hey,
your
Great.
I'll see you
I
later.
appreciate all you guys. Give me a chance to come on here and meet the rest of your fan base.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
See all you
Dre,
guys next week.
if you're free, pop on in Saturday night too. I'll get you a link.
Yeah. I'll try to put that in my account. I got some flights to do that morning for the city, and then I got to do some backyard fence work.
Everybody,
Fun.
good night. And everybody have a nice night. We'll take care, everybody. We'll see you all later.
See you around.
All right. Bye-bye.
Dang it,
You
man.
got me like, I was gonna say you got me like half cut off there.
Yeah, man. I just what did I do? Just like this right here.
Yeah.
I gotta bring you back down. There you go. Anyway, man. Then Hey,
Actually, we hit
Larry.
120.
Hold on a second, Big Man. Hey, Thomas, it was actually ask you beside your iPad Air 4 that you bought, what else did you buy? You say you have a few more accessories looking forward to your new gadget. What are you talking about? Anyway, what were you about to say, Mike?
I said we actually hit 120 tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Man, you booking it, man.
Yep. My goal for next year is 500.
500.
Well, 500 to 1,000. I mean, if I keep picking up like it is now.
Yeah, if you do, you'll be there in no time.
Yeah.
You'll be there in no freaking time. I mean, it's coming fast.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's finally starting to pick back up again.
Yeah, remember when I told you that too? Remember that at first it will actually seem very slow and you will be like a little discouraged. You just gotta give it some time, and it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, things really dropped off when, Rick, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday. I know Adrian said he's going to be there. We're going to do that giveaway live while we're there. And then hopefully whoever wins will be down in the chat and I can get their information real quick and get it out.
Yes, sir.
But shoot, what was I just saying, Adrian?
You were saying something about the giveaway.
But yeah, with everything, you know, when I had COVID and I quit doing videos there for a little bit, everything kind of dropped off.
Yeah.
I had to kind of build back up again. So now that I got the momentum going again, I got to start. And dude, that last video with the abandoned community, man, that thing took off.
It did.
Like for my channel, it did 167 views.
It was a great video, man.
Hey, by the way, I found out some more about the place. And now I really want to get down to the house itself. I found out, and everyone's going to be like, what the hell? But to me, I kind of like the whole ghosts and ghost thing. And I've always been interested by that. And apparently back in the day, this house was used like for some kind of weird rituals and crap. So they've got all kinds of stuff painted around the house and stuff. So I'd actually like to get down there and see what kind of graffiti and stuff they got on there too.
All right. How you doing? Somebody got the chat in the background?
No.
I could have seen somebody did. Anyway, how you doing, Swift Fox FPV? Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in before.
Good night, buddy. Sorry I did not. It's all right, Chris Hope. I understand, man. We all get busy, brother. I get you, man. Anyway, help me understand what Army Boy is saying. Is there any such thing as full coverage on drones? I trade my car for a drone that would have cost 15 grand. Holy shit. I did not know, Army Boy. I don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah, well, once again, this is from what I've heard talking to different insurance agents. This is not 100%, but Farmers Insurance, from what I've heard, will insure personal property. So you could possibly get a personal property coverage on it to cover your drone. Like Robert said, State Farm, there's a couple of them. Army Boy, what did you get that's a 15 grand drone? That's what I want to know.
That got to be a badass freaking drone, man. Yeah, Army Boy, I would like to know what drone you're talking about for it to be 15 grand.
By the way, Adrian, I'm kind of gonna drop a little spoiler here. So on this stream Saturday, I'm hoping that this guy can join us. He is actually a drone pilot for The Walking Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been talking to him, and we've been messaging back.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he's a drone pilot for the crew and does some of their footage.
Holy cow! And you're gonna have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to have him on. He said he should be free and available Saturday night. So hopefully he'll be able to join us. Guy's a really cool dude. He ran a company that serviced and took care of drones, and then he started flying them. Somebody saw him flying, and when they did, they picked him up, and he started working for some of these companies that shoot for movies and stuff. Man, if you could see the 2 drones he has, when that, hold on, I'm about to send you this because it's so daggone crazy.
I want to say hi to Lauren Genower. Thank you so much for popping in. Really appreciate you. On Hype Media, it was my pleasure having you here, man. Send me a friend request through Facebook on Adrian Mateo Drones, Facebook. And if you ever want to come in to the stream, I'll be more than happy to send you a link if you want to come on in. That goes for you too, Swift, Fox FPV. Send me a friend request on Facebook. And if you want to come on in, and I'll be more than happy to have you in, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Look at them 2 things I just sent you, Adrian.
Whoa.
Right?
Damn. That's a badass drone, man.
Those are 2 drones.
Really, Brian? Really, Brian Mack? Really?
Hey, I'm
What's
here.
up, Brian?
Man, I've been putting you off so damn long. I said, man, I better show up one of these nights. So he just think he's going to forget about my ass.
Hey, by the way, Swift Fox, the first time I've seen you in here, drop you a subscribe. I'll check out your channel later, man.
No, Adrian, I've been doing a file transfer for the last hour and 50 minutes.
Okay.
What kind of file are you transferring? What heck of a file?
It had to go over. It was a video file. It was only 700 megabytes, but I had to do it over Bluetooth. And every time I would try to get on my network here to even just to watch y'all, it would slow that file down to where it wasn't even moving. So I finally just had to drop everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, that Bluetooth transfer can be slow as hell.
Well, the thing that gets me is I had to transfer from one tablet to my phone. And this tablet I'm talking about is this one that I've been working with now for about a week. It's a Triple Tech. It's brand new. Supposedly it's made for drones. It's got a 1200 nit screen, for brightness. But
is that new tablet that Candoba we're talking about?
yes. And I've been going back and forth with Ken all week too.
But the only thing that I don't like about that, and I think you said it, is that it's only in 720p. It's not even 1080p.
Right. That's not an issue though. For these old eyes, it's a good thing. It works great for that. But I'm finding out little things that I'm not liking that, I don't know. I hate to say this, make the company look like a liar.
Gotcha.
The biggest one, if you go on their site, tripletech.com, under the specs, it says one of the communications specs is Ethernet. There's no Ethernet port on that thing. If there was an Ethernet port on that thing, that file transfer would have taken like three minutes.
If there was an Ethernet port, it would have a regular
RJ45. RJ45.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, my brain went.
And it's not there. It is just not there. It has the software for it. It shows how you can set up the Ethernet port, but there is no port.
Question for that. Okay, so there are some of these places that have like a dongle that you can connect an RJ45 to. Is that what they're talking about?
You can probably go to a USB dongle like, or a network port.
Yeah, I was thinking like a USB. It's probably got what, a USB-C on the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, so it'd probably be a USB-C to a RJ45.
But when you say Ethernet,
yeah,
you're implying that there's an Ethernet port.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but Ken has been talking to the president of the company, and I'm going to be putting out a review here in about a day or so, and it ain't going to be pretty.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, I mean, because Ken got his free. I had to buy mine. So the thing about it is it's still a good tablet, but they need to get real about what its capabilities are.
Yeah.
And honestly, Adrian, the 720p on a 7-inch screen, it doesn't matter. You know, it's as good as my 10-inch iPad, and that's all I was trying to get by. So, but the other issue is it does not work with Autel Evo. Nothing. Let's put it like this: it'll hook up to it.
It doesn't.
It'll hook up to it. You can take the drone off, but the latency is up to 30 seconds or
Holy
more.
shit.
Yeah. And I've got it all demoed, man. I've got good footage of all this stuff, and I'm about halfway through about a 21 minute video. I've worked on it almost all day today. And that's when I realized I needed, the one thing it does do really good, because the CPU is 2.52 gigahertz. I mean, it's a good CPU. So I'm running the Mavic Fly app and AZ Screen Recorder at the same time yesterday. Sunny, 86 degrees. That tablet barely got warm, and I ran it for 15 minutes. That would have killed my iPad any other time. So it was good in that respect. But when the file, the video file from it, I just spent all night trying to get off that tablet, get it onto something that I could use, which was my phone by Bluetooth. So I'll have it to put up this morning, but that was frustrating.
What if you plugged it straight into your computer and dropped the file from the tablet onto your computer?
Try that. It shows MTB device. And when you click on MTB device, there's nothing there. So no.
By the way, I'm Brian. Stingray Aerial said this: the picture did not show an Ethernet port.
No, it did not. But if you go onto their site, under the specs, it says Ethernet.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, Ken Hofbauer, you mean to say go Gators? Ain't no damn no this way, buddy. I love you, buddy, but I don't know. I'm a Gator all the way.
Everybody can't be right all the time, Adrian.
How you doing, rigor mortis? Hey, man, long time to hear from you, buddy.
Man, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. I saw that right before you said that.
Hey, I do have good news. 34 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down.
Heck yeah.
Hey, man, wait till they see I've been on here. You're screwed. Sorry.
Thank you, everybody. Hey, Drone Ready, thank you for popping in, buddy. Appreciate you.
Adrian, you know what it is? Everybody loves my new backgrounds.
I think that's what it is, man. That background is, dude, I'm going to have to get my little green screen myself, man. That's badass.
So check this out. This is how quick I can switch it out.
Yeah, I've been watching that all night. It's pretty cool.
It is. It's sweet. It really is. I think I like the other one better, though.
Yeah, the other one, this one's a little cartoony. I like the other one better, too, and that's why I left it on there, but I did switch it out for a second.
Hey, Brian Mack, by the way, Mr. Rick Harper say, hey, good evening.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, by the way, Adrian, I'm saving one for my live stream this weekend.
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours long, and you never see the same thing twice.
But see, this one, man, this one looked pretty sweet. I like the cloud, like the little gleaming cloud. You know what I mean? They're just passing through the gray.
This one's like the one I'm saving for my stream is like a 3D walkthrough, like through a haunted castle or something.
Okay. By the way, Brian Mack, question.
Yeah.
Has DJI already got this shit together when it comes to the update on the iPhone or the goddamn iPad for me to do my fucking live stream fly on my drone? Not yet.
Nope. Nope. And that's what I tried to do 2 days ago too. I haven't taken my Evo out.
It's a freaking error, like a HTTP error, and I cannot freaking go through. It will not go through.
As far as I know, nobody can live stream right now. I used to be able to, and now I can't do it either.
Now, Dennis got his live stream working the other day.
Hold on, my question. I was told, correct me if I'm wrong, Brian Mack, that maybe through the iPhone or the iPad it will not go through, but you could do it on a tablet. Android, is that true?
No.
Android, yes.
No, because I use an Android tablet. I've got one somewhere.
Dennis Lovelady,
and I used to be able to do it.
Talk to Dennis. He figured it out the other day.
What did he figure?
Dennis figured out how to live stream again.
Okay.
Because he wasn't able to do it for like a week or so. He wasn't able to do his sunrises, and he figured it out the other day and got it set up and actually did one the other morning.
Because I know they've gone to a system YouTube has where you have to change the RTMP every day. In other words, if you wake up or if you go to bed one night and you got the RTMP written down, next morning when you get up, it's going to be changed, so it ain't going to do you any good.
Gotcha.
But even then, the thing about it is with the Evo, for the longest time, I was able to have just one setting. And on the app, on the Explorer app, on my tablet, I could hit live. Less than a minute later, I was live on YouTube, and that is no longer the case.
Okay. Now, when it comes to me, Brian Mac, I have over 1,000, so I actually can live stream. You know what I mean?
You should be able to.
Correct. But I used to before, but now recently, because I remember a few weeks ago, Dennis Lovelady actually asked me, hey, can you do a sunrise for me? Because I won't be able to do it. I said, sure, count me in. Saturday came through, it will not work for me. So I thought I was actually tripping, like, what the fuck is going on? I thought it was me. But then came to find out after seeing a lot of you guys posting stuff and saying, talking about it, because even what you call it, Chris Hope was having the same problem with the same.
I think Chris and Dennis both switched over to Android and got it to work somehow.
Correct, and I was told by him too, and Chris Hope, that I can actually do it through an Android. But supposedly, I also heard that about a week ago, that supposedly DJI was supposed to get the shit together when it comes to a new update for the iPhone.
They are, but it's like any other DJI product. They're not on your time schedule. They're on their time schedule.
Yeah, and it depends on what their servers have going on at that moment. Ken Hoffbauer mentioned that Dennis is using the Prism app, which I've checked out, and it is a paid app. You do have to pay for that. There is a free trial. I don't know if it's 30 days or something like that, but I try to stay away from the paid apps because even if I use it, I wouldn't use it enough.
So, question, what about using StreamYards on your phone?
Well, like I said, one thing I was able to do.
Good evening, Swift Fox FPB. Thank you for popping in, man. I really appreciate you, buddy.
Was 2 days ago, I got AZ's screen recorder to work. But when I went to go live, it gave me a bunch of errors. When I realized one of them, it's because it's a new tablet. I didn't have it set up. So I'm going to try again with AZ screen recorder and the Mavic Air 2 to see if I can go live, because that always did me the best. It's a CPU hog, especially with that Fly app. So I stayed away from it. But now with this tablet, it's so beefy. It ran both of them for like I said, 15 minutes and barely got warm. So I'm going to try that again to see if I go live with AZ screen recorder. What it was, I got into the field and I said, oh shit, I don't have all that information with me about my login for Google and to YouTube and everything else. So I just blew it off for that point, because all I was wanting to do was check out how it flew, with the different drones, which it's really good for that, except for the Evo.
Yeah, I have that AZ screen recorder. I haven't messed around with that yet.
I've used the live feature on it. It's pretty easy when you get it to working.
Now, I want to go ahead and I'm about to go and call it a night in a minute, but I want to ask you, Brian Mack, when it comes to, you said the AZ screen recorder?
Yeah.
Is it A, like Apple, Z, like Zebra screen recorder? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, yep.
Is
There's
that
another one.
for Android or for Apple?
Hmm?
Is that for Android or iOS?
Android.
Both.
I think it's for both.
I want to say it's for both.
And can you actually use that? Like, how do you use it, by the way? Like, what do you do?
Download it, and it has an option. One of them is for going live, and you can go live to either Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook, I can go live to. I know my creds for that, but YouTube, I didn't have it lined up, so I need to try that again. But
now, I've been having problem when I try to go live to Facebook. It cuts my video.
Not me. If I can actually, on my DJI Go 4 app, I go on Facebook and fly. I don't get no glitch. It's like
I saw you the other day, Adrian. I saw you on Facebook.
Yeah, mine seems to cut out portions of the video and it doesn't put the whole thing up there.
Yep.
I can fly for about 20 minutes and it'll only put 3 of it up there.
Hey, Brian, Matt, this is what Matt said right here.
Yeah, I just saw that. You might have to use security. Yeah. Allows a file transfer as a USB-C. No, it didn't even give me the option for that, Matt. Like I said, that's what I was looking for was, because I was going from phone to tab and it just wouldn't even, they wouldn't even talk. The only way I get them to talk was by Bluetooth.
Now, the only other thing I could tell you, Brian, would be try, it might be your drivers on your computer. If you don't have the drivers, it won't recognize the drive on the tablet.
Okay, but it has to have something to go on. In other words, I know what you're saying about the drivers. Whenever you hook something up, Microsoft will immediately go out and look for whatever drivers to whatever device you just hooked up.
Yeah.
It sees something called an MTB device. When you go to properties, there is nothing there, and it doesn't want to talk to it.
Well, what I'm saying is Microsoft might not have the specific drivers yet, so you might have to search out another driver to use for it.
Well, that's the trouble, though, with this Triple Tech thing. There's not a lot of stuff they're letting go just yet to make that workable.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need, or when I say I'm going to, I'm going to get with Ken again, because he's been talking to the president of the company to see if they'll fix a bunch of this stuff or make it right. Oh, on their website, it even shows somebody holding a remote controller to an Evo and flying it. Ain't going to happen.
Good night, Ken Hoffbauer. Good night. Who else was gonna say good night? Good night to Rick Mortis. Good night.
Matt, yes, I did. Just seeing Matt's comment there. Yes, I did. It will let me do that much, but that's it. But anyways, hey, Adrian, I don't want to keep you, man. It's after 11:15. You got to go to work tomorrow, dude.
Yeah, man, I do, man. Thank you, everybody, for popping in, Mike.
Oh, I got a sunny day. I'm gonna go fly tomorrow morning.
I hear you, man. Everybody in the chat, thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you guys, but I'm gonna call it a night. I am super tired. Love you guys. Good night, and I'll see you later. Hopefully,
Later, Adrian.
I'll be able to fly this weekend. Hopefully.
Well, I know I'll definitely see you Saturday, Adrian.
Huh?
I said, I know I'll definitely see you Saturday.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, I'll be able to fly. Of course, you're gonna see me Saturday, man. We'll be all right.
Hey, B-Mac, Brian, if you're around, stop in Saturday, man. We're doing a live giveaway on my stream.
What? Oh, I might be doing a live giveaway with this tablet in a few more weeks.
No, we're doing one. I hit 100 subscribers, so I said I'd do a giveaway when I
That's
did.
awesome, dude. Congrats.
Yeah,
Thanks.
man. Right, yeah, man. Well,
So,
anyway,
yeah, stop in, come hang out with us if you can.
thank you
Okay.
for everybody. Appreciate you, Big Mike.
I'm out of here, though.
Mike, thank you for coming in, but you came in late, but thank you anyway.
Better late than.
Really appreciate you, man. Have a good night, fellas.
All right, man.